Hi everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with the first book haul of 2020. Let's jump right into it. So for 2020, I have tried to do a low to no buy. I tried to not buy books. I do have a spreadsheet of all of the books that I have purchased for the year, and the first one that I bought was on February 14th. It was my Valentine's Day present to myself. Also, I placed a drunk order the following night for our live show for Contemporary-a-thon. I got a couple books. A couple things that I have acquired since the year began. I'm going to go over it. I'm also going to go over the things that were sent to me and or came to me in book boxes. I'm not putting those like necessarily on my spreadsheet, but I do pay for my book boxes with the exception of the Unplugged book box. So I'm going to show you what I got in my book boxes because I don't do the unboxings here anymore for Crate or LitJoy. A few that might have been sent from publishers, and then we'll mix in the things that I bought as well. That is not ALA ARCs and such, because there's a lot of that. So, you know. Okie dokie. We're going to start off with Isabel Ibanez, Woven in Moonlight, and this is a LitJoy exclusive. She actually illustrated the inside dust jacket of this, and this is the reversible dust jacket that comes with the book. I actually think she might have done the illustration on the cover itself as well, which is stunning. Signed book on a gorgeous plate. I don't know a ton about it, but the cover was so pretty that I went for it anyway, and the couple people that I've seen that have read this have really enjoyed it, so that's good. I have Together We Caught Fire by Eva Gibson. This one came in the YA Unplugged book box for February. Yes. Oasis by Katia de Becerra. And this one was the January Unplugged book box. And then What Kind of Girl by Alyssa Scheinmel. I did get a finished copy sent to me by the publishers. Guys, I loved this book. I read the ARC. I was lucky enough to read the ARC, and I really, really loved this book. So I was really excited when they sent me the finished copy. This one is from Sourcefire Books, and I believe it's out now, and you should definitely check it out. I really loved it. I think you guys will too. January's Crate, and that was Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim, which is up on my shelf somewhere. And then also February's book, which is All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. I don't know a ton about this, to be completely honest, but the cover is gorgeous. I've seen a couple people review it and give it 4 stars. I have this now, and we're gonna see what I think about it. I do like the cover change. It's just brighter colors, and then we do have a signed book as well in here on that. And then I don't know if the Naked Book has a crown. The subscription that I have for Crate doesn't allow me to skip months because I have a 6-month subscription. I don't get to just skip random boxes. I honestly might be getting to the end of my time with Crate. I think I'm just kind of over it, but I kind of want all the Kara Kozik mugs before that happens, so we'll see. I have a little sampler of Chain of Gold, which also came in Crate. I already have a sampler. I don't know if that's longer than the other one. It might be. Then I have an ARC that was sent to me. This is Out of Body by Jeffrey Ford. This one was sent to me by the publisher because I am so intrigued by it. This is a tour release, and it comes out, when does this come out? May 26th. This one is about a librarian who has sleep paralysis, and I have sleep paralysis, so I am very intrigued by this book. But then his sleep paralysis then turns, I think, paranormal, and a killer starts to stalk him through his dreams and follow him into his dreams. And yeah, I think it's just a librarian. He witnesses a murder, and then sleep paralysis plays into like a horror theme. I'm here for it. Again, when did I become a horror thriller person? I don't know, but I am. It's who I am now. I've embraced it. And I really wanted to read this for the representation for sleep paralysis because it's something I deal with, and I'm interested to see how it's handled. I also got a finished copy of My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. This was another one of my 5-star standouts from 2019 that I absolutely loved. It's a very difficult look at pedophilia and survivors and the way at which some people view their own abuse. And not everybody is gung-ho, like Me Too movement wants to speak out against their abuser, because some people think they were in actual loving relationships with their abuser. And this follows the later. This follows somebody who believes that her love story with her teacher when she was in high school is just that. It's a love story, not a 40-something-year-old man who took advantage of a 15-year-old girl. It was well written. It was very impactful, but I really, really enjoyed it and I 5-starred it. And I'm very happy to have it. Now we're getting into the 6 books that I actually purchased. I actively went shopping and picked up 6 books. It is currently the 26th of February, and this is all that I've picked up. 6 books is not bad for 2 months. I'm gonna hopefully keep it down, keep it low. So we're gonna start with like the fiction books, and then I do have a couple nonfiction. So first up, I picked up And the Trees Crept In by Dawn Kurtagich. She's the author of Teeth in the Mist, which came out last year, and I keep describing as like a YA House of Leaves kind of a situation, and it's kind of like House of Leaves meets The Exorcist. I don't know, it's interesting. I really loved the way that she crafted her book, and she also uses a lot of mixed media in that novel. Flipping through this book, she also uses mixed media in this story. Very excited about it. This one is about Sela and Nori, who arrive at their aunt's house, and immediately it's clear that the manor is cursed. There's endless creaking of the house at night, eerie stillness of the woods surrounding them would be enough of a sign, but there's also secrets too, questions that they can't ignore. Why does it seem that ever since they arrived here, the trees have been creeping closer? Who is the beautiful boy that's appeared from the woods? And who is the tall man with no eyes that Nori plays with in the basement at night? A man no one else can see. It is a horror thriller, usually supernatural. I'm really, really here for it. It's all I want to read, but I'm trying to focus on my arcs, but I cannot wait to dive into that book. I also picked up Dead House by Dawn Kurtagich, and this one was blurred by R.L. Stine, and it says, what an evil and original story. Scary stuff. This one is 2 decades have passed since an inferno that claimed the lives of 3 teenagers that caused Carly Johnson to disappear. The main suspect was Caitlin, the girl of nowhere. Caitlin's diary is discovered in the ruins of the high school and reveals the thoughts of a disturbed mind, but many claim that Caitlin doesn't exist, and in a way she doesn't, because she's the alter ego of Carly Johnson. Debut author Dawn Kurtagich masterfully weaves together a thrilling, terrifying story using psychiatric reports, witness testimonials, video footage, and the discovered diary. And as the mystery grows, the horrifying truths about what happened that night all unfold. And again, this is another mixed media type of a book. There's some diary pages. There's a lot of like police dossiers. Very, very heavy in the mixed media. And I'm here for that. I like that. It keeps the pace moving, and for me is just really, really interesting. I also just love like big floppy paperbacks. This is her debut, and then I believe All the Trees Crept In was the second, and then Teeth in the Mist is her 3rd book. And I just want to go back and read her stuff because I really enjoyed her first book that I read from her, which was when Teeth in the Mist. Then, during the live drunk show, I picked up Frederick Bachman's Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer, which is a novella. It's a tiny, tiny book, but I know this one features heavily about a little grandpa who I believe has dementia. I feel like this is going to hit very, very, very close to home for me, and because it's so short, I anticipate crying from start to finish in this book. And I don't think it's going to be easy, but I wanted to have all of Bachman's books, and I'm slowly getting there. I still don't own all of them, but I'm slowly getting there, and this is one that I wanted to pick up. So I did that, and I'm very happy to have it. Then I also picked up The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith. This one is about a library in hell where the books of the unwritten come up from hell and chase down the authors and demand to be written and finished. And I'm here for it. I've first heard about this from Maddie from the Book Pusher, and then since then I've seen a couple people reading it and really enjoying it. Very, very intrigued by it, very into it. Blurred by Shauna McGuire. The Good Place meets Law and Order. This book is so much fun. This is one that I'm really, really interested in. Again, kind of like a horror-ish, thriller-ish, books from hell kind of a situation. I'm here for all of that right now. Don't ask me why. I can't explain it. It's just my vibe right now. I think it also is partly because I'm trying to get ready to draft an outline for a thriller, so my mind is just kind of there. I want to like consume all of the thrillers so I can kind of weed out what I love and don't love about thrillers so I can write the best possible thriller. Anyway, speaking of which, I picked up 2 books on writing, and they were worthwhile purchases, I think. I have Mastering Suspense, Structure, and Plot. This is by Jane K. Cleland, I believe is how that's pronounced. This is one that Caitlin Duncan has recommended, Caitlin Duncan author here on YouTube, and she really, really loves this. She got a lot out of it. I trust her opinion. She's read a ton of books on craft, and some of them we've buddy read, some of them, you know, I just kind of say if she really thinks that it's worth reading, I kind of pick it up, because if she gains a lot from it and she's weeded through a ton of craft books, it's probably a great recommendation. And I need to master suspense within a plot for my thriller. So I'm hoping to get to this one before April when I go to highlights to outline my thriller. We'll see how that one works. The most expensive book that I have bought so far this year is GMC, which is Goal, Motivation, and Conflict, The Building Blocks of Good Fiction by Deborah Dixon. This is one that I picked up on Goodwill on Amazon, and it was $43. It's a hardback book. It does have damage to it, but it is out of print. And this is one that Kate loves and swears by. It's short, it's not that big, but I didn't want the ebook. I like physically having resource books in front of me, and she swears by it. Every book that she writes, she has this to go off of. So I trusted Kate. I waited for the price to come down as much as it can, but it's gone anywhere up until like the lowest being $60 to the lowest being probably what I got it for right now, which was $43 with shipping. It hasn't dropped lower than that in the months that I've been watching it. So I went ahead and picked this one up from Goodwill and opened it up, and it's signed by the author. Who knew? So I have not read this yet, but I do anticipate reading both of these hopefully before I go away in April for my writing retreat. $43 for a little tiny book on writing is a ton of money, but good resources are priceless for a writer, so I'm going to just go ahead and bite that bullet and be okay with it. That's everything that I have brought in since the beginning of the year. This is what I have spent money on. Just not that many. I think I'm doing okay. If you look at publishers and or book boxes, this is what I have brought in. Not horrible. I'm still bringing in less than I'm reading every month, right? So like I'm still reading more. I'm not adding to like my overall unread TBR. I'm still slowly whittling that down. If I was bringing in like 20, 30 books a month, then I wouldn't be evening out, but I am right now. So that's what I'm working with. This is kind of what I have to find room on my shelves for, and I don't think it'll be that difficult. I've just been stuck kind of like piling these in the corner to eventually haul for you guys, and now that I have done that, I can find some shelf space for them and put them away. But pretty excited to get to all of those. I think out of everything, I am most excited for the 2 of these as far as like unknowns go, and then 100% I'm excited to get into Dawn Kurtagich. I think Blackman might have to wait a little bit. I don't know if I can read that particular theme of his books right this moment, but soon, and then hopefully those craft books get read in March. I'll keep you posted, but that's going to be it for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I'll see all of you in my next video. Bye guys. Because I was just on a Dawn Kurtagich kick, I also picked up Dead House by Dawn